fresh off the Amazon truck. Like I said, the Veeape air compressor, as you can see. But yeah, this thing is 12 volt and 110 volt. That means you can plug it into your wall socket at home, or in your cigarette lighter on your motorcycle, your bike, your boat, your RV, your camper, things like that. Now this right here is perfect for that. You know, because the smaller one is perfect for the motorcycles when you are traveling, but when you're at home, stationary, or if you have your vehicle, your boat, your RV, camper, things like that, this will be perfect to put inside. So stay tuned. Let's go ahead and unbox it so you guys can see exactly what's inside of this thing. All right, here it is. This is the Veeape air compressor. This is the 12 and 110 volt air compressor. As you can see, it has two different plugs on the bottom for each outlet. One for the DC current, as well as one for the AC current. You know, one for your cigarette lighter and one for your plug for your walls. Has a nice little display screen right here. Also has a light right here on the side. We'll have to check that out. Also has these rubber feet, you know, to keep from scratching it up and from vibrating around when you have it placed down on the ground, because you have to place it flat down just like this. And of course, to use it, you have to pull your hose out, run it through that little outlet right there, and you can just set it down on the ground, plug it into whatever you need to, hook it up to whatever you need to. Then you can plug it into your cigarette lighter or into your wall unit. But right now, let's go ahead and pull these cords out. Okay, what comes in the box? What comes in this box? You have your instruction manual. You have two cords for AC and for DC. You have your AC, as well as you have your DC. And like I showed you before, both plugs are absolutely different. One is more round on both ends, and one is kind of square with a tapered off center. Then of course you have your pieces to connect to your compressor. You know, you can pump up balls, soccer balls, tennis ball, soccer balls, basketballs, footballs, things like that, as well as pool toys, kid items, you know, that can use this these fittings right here. But I can definitely tell that this cord seems to be quite long. We're gonna test this one out. And like I said, it'll only plug into one socket. So like that, we plugged it in. All right, I got the unit all set up, ready to go. I have my AC cord plugged in. And I have my Foxpeed jump starter. We will be using the cigarette lighter off this to power it up. And as soon as we plug it in, we will be getting power indicator light right there. Bam, as you can see. And say I want to pump up my truck tires. So I set it at 35 PSI. I'm sure the camera is not going to pick it up like it should. but it's set at 35 psi. You can adjust the numbers up and down. Let me remove this right here. That may. Okay, see it's set on 35, but the camera, of course the camera is not going to pick it up, but it's set on 35, and once you hit power, it'll automatically start to inflate the tire to the psi that you would like to set it at, and basically set it and forget it. As well as you have this bright LED light on the side. Okay, the first click is the LED lights, just the bright LED lights. Second click is the red LED lights. The third click is the SOS signal. So if you broke down or anything, you can have that going. That way everybody will know. It'll be sending out a SOS, and people from far away, especially at nighttime, will definitely be able to see that. Then the last click, and then it's off. But guys, this thing is awesome. It also has other settings other than PSI. If you're not from the US, it also has bar, KPA. So right now we're gonna go ahead and hook it up to the truck. That way we can test it out and see how well and how fast this thing can actually pump up a truck tire. We already know it'll work great for motorcycle tires, but you know, this is advertised more for cars. So we're gonna use it on the car, the truck, the motorcycles, as well as the trailers, you know. So let's get it. All right, we're right here with the truck. It's all powered up. We're going to hook it up to the truck. I'm not sure what the PSI is on the truck right now. Even though it's already set at 35, it's reading 0. I'm pretty sure the camera's not picking it up like it should. Oh, it's actually picking it up now. Okay, so as you can see, I got it set on 35 psi, and once you click it and let it sit, it'll automatically lock into that psi. So once you hook it up to the vehicle, you'll be able to tell how many psi is actually in the tire that you're hooking it up to. And as you can see, that tire has 14 psi. So guess what? I'm gonna do a hyperlapse and see how long it takes to get from 14 psi to 35 psi. Stay tuned. All right, total time 5 minutes 17 seconds, and it went up to 35.5. Did I set it at 35.5? I must have set it at 35.5. I thought I set it at 35 even, but hey, it is what it is. So took 5 minutes 17 seconds to go up 21.5 psi. So now that we have now we got the truck tires. Now we got the truck tires all pumped up. All we have to do is pump up the trailer tires, load the motorcycle, and we'll be on our merry way. And that's pretty much all I got for y'all on this one, man. Like I said, this is the Veeape portable air compressor that can be plugged into your cigarette lighter, or 12 volt, or 110 volts. Of course, we use our 12 volt adapter in our Foxpeed jump starter, but of course we can use the other plug and plug it directly into 110 volts. So if I'm at home stationary, I can use the 110 volt plug, and that'll work fine, you know. So I definitely like this thing. You know, if this thing had, honestly, if this thing was battery powered, as well as had a cord, so I could use the cord or the battery power if needed, this would be absolutely perfect. I'm gonna be absolutely honest, guys. This would be absolutely perfect, you know. But you know, since I do have the option of having both of them, you know, I think I have the best of both worlds, because the battery powered one, I can maintain the air pressure on my motorcycles and things like that when I'm out riding. But when I'm at home, or if I'm in my truck, I can just plug up this, pump up the tires on my truck, pump up the tires on my motorcycle as well as my trailer, you know. So guess what, guys? Right now, it definitely seems to be a pretty good working item. We'll see how well it works in the longevity test. But you know, as far as the other one, it works fine. Only thing, like I say, the other one is more for topping off the tires and not pumping it up from absolutely flat. This one is for more of pumping up something from absolutely flat, pumping it completely up, like a big, large tire like this, or SUV tire, van tire, things like that. You know, a full-size trailer tire, things like that, pumping it up from flat. Definitely would recommend this over the battery-powered one, because the battery-powered one probably would die halfway through. You probably would get enough air in it just to get to a service station. But this is the one to go with, guys. If you want to maintain at your house, in your garage, your storage unit, things like that, this will be the one to go with. And with that, I'm out, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.